He is alive.
Lately, you haven't been getting much sleep. Bouts of insomnia again. Same as always. Late nights and exhausted mornings have always been the routine. You get home from work, and you sit down to unwind. A rerun of Friends is on in the distance, as you mindlessly scroll through Instagram. Was TikTok out yet? I guess it was. Okay, anyways, TikTok, Instagram, or Reddit. Whatever. Your eyelids weigh heavily as you begin falling asleep. Your last thought is whether or not you should move to your bed or stay on this couch. And your eyes close. Something's not right. Your brain floods your nervous system with adrenaline. Your eyes shoot open, your heart pounding as you lift yourself from the sweat stains on the couch. Your brain races as you're overcome by levels of anxiety and dread that you had not felt since, well, ever. Your heart screeches that something's wrong. Why is the hallway glowing red? As you bargain with yourself, your brain goes into overdrive and decides the next best idea would be to open up 4chan, of course. You go to the friendly neighborhood X board and... Hey X, I'm frozen in my seat. Fell asleep on my couch around 1 a.m. and woke up at 3 a.m. suddenly. Sweating like crazy, jolted awake for no real reason. And my hallway is like the freaky red glow. Too afraid to investigate. You type out your message, snap a quick photo from your phone, trying to adjust it so the light is more visible, and you post. Then, instead of getting up to leave or calling the police about a potential break-in, you instead post 2 more additional photos. Minutes later, your thread garners attention, and people begin flooding in with advice, such as, "Oh, you're fucking dead. Aren't you glad you chose to come here?" You begin replying to comments, while a mysterious light illuminates your apartment. The only light in that room is off, and it definitely doesn't glow red. Regular ceiling fixture. There's also a weird buzz noise. A minute after posting that, you upload more photos. Anon suggests live streaming any discoveries, a popular request due to the Toaster Steve incident. You think about it, but you decline. People in the thread might think you're joking, but right now, you have a glowing red light seeping out of a distant room, and it's beginning to make noise. I swear, now there's a whistle over the buzz, lasting about 1 second and then again after maybe another 2 seconds. Kinda like a kid playing one high note on a recorder. There's something in your apartment, and yet people in this thread only seem to care about where you can live stream. But in the midst of this discussion, Anon's replied to a previous photo you uploaded, where you took a photo with a flash on. Flash tends to make them angry. Avoid it. You stare at your phone screen, your mind scanning these words over and over again. You feel an icy shudder plummet down your spine. Your brain cannot ignore one specific part of that message. Them? But no one responds. What the fuck did they mean by them? The entire time, this light has been in your peripheral, as a distant whistle leers in the background. If something appeared, you would see it. Instead, your eyes notice something else. It's getting dimmer. You look back at your phone and see someone reply to you. Logically, for once. If it were going to hurt you, it would have by now. There's nothing there, and hopefully you're not sitting on your couch while a small fire engulfs your room. Go check it out. Normally you would take this as good advice, but you browse X regularly, and you've misplaced your tinfoil hat. It's too late for you. There's no smell, and it's not reminiscent of a fire. What if it's just aliens checking out the decor? Someone suggests saying hi to the potential aliens in your apartment. You think for a moment. Nah. You look back over at the red room. Adrenaline has all but simmered down, yet anxiety remains. You see a new reply to your thread. It's the logical Anon from earlier. They aren't interested in your door. Nobody's there. Windows in the room? Could be something parked outside. Seriously, the room's not the problem. Again, if you were going to be abducted, quantumly intelligent beings would not give you an hour to sit around shitposting about it. Man up and open the door. You think to yourself. Nah, you decide. Sounds like they're trying to get me abducted. You instead reply, window has curtains, man. You pause, and you inspect the environment from your couch. It has gone silent. I don't hear any buzzing or whistles anymore. Fuck it, you think to yourself. Maybe that Anon was right. Maybe it's just lights glowing from a truck outside or something. Anxiety has already paralyzed you from bursting into the room, so instead, you tuck yourself by the wall, phone first. You slide the phone an inch into the doorway and snap a photo. You look at it and upload. Unfortunately for you, the Anon was not right. There's no lights glowing from outside the window. Whatever is causing this glow is inside with you. Nothing. No buzzing or whistles. Room's just red, and shadows are everywhere. There's nothing in here to make this red light. And Anon rambles about how entities feed off negativity, and to keep calm and get some rest. As you begin reading their comment, the silence in your apartment shatters. The noises from earlier have returned. So just pretend it's not happening and go to sleep? How do I do that? The whole damn room is red for no reason. Finally, your brain kicks itself into gear. You call the police. Sure, there's probably nothing they can do if there's aliens in your apartment. But as of right now, it's not about what the police can do. It's about making sure you have more people's attention on your bizarre situation. More witnesses. But something isn't right. You've left the apartment. There's now a sizable distance between you and whatever is in your apartment. So, how come you can still hear it? The buzzing is so loud now, and the whistle is just one long whistle with it at the same time. I can't even hear the dispatcher. I can't even think. Fuck, it's so loud. I'm gonna leave. Before you left, you managed to swipe your car keys. You decide to sit and hang out in your car until the police arrive, but again, how can you still fucking hear it? People begin tossing out theories of interdimensional realm travel. Mondays, am I right? But you've had enough of playing these games. You originally were responding with light jest, but now you're scared. You're scared, and despite thinking you can hide, the noises prove that they can find you. Anywhere. The dispatcher's sending someone and an ambulance. My boss just called me right after I hung up with the police, and now he's on his way. I can barely hear anything. I don't fucking know what's happening. Suddenly, there's this user named Simon, and he begins derailing the thread more, discussing how one can easily access 4chan, even through interdimensional realms. Obviously. Now, from everyone else's point of view, you just vanished. You posted about the ambulance coming, a few people called you crazy, and you locked your phone for a while. Your disappearance from the thread now begins to have people questioning what's going on. In those discussions is an Anon pointing out how this can all be false. Cover lights with red paper, semi-closed door, take horrible quality images, profit from friends on 4chan thinking it's real. By golly, I sure hope it's not fake. And a user named Robotron Sage comes to defend your case. See weird glow coming from door. Legit scared.jpg. Try and grab evidence with the best piece of shit phone you got. 4chans call you a friend for not providing Hollywood studio quality evidence. Not saying that I know 100% if OP's telling the truth, but I am saying that you wouldn't believe it, even if this is the fucking truth, bro. Case in point, I've been communicating with UFOs for 7 years. Fuck. This year, I started to try and get evidence of UFO stuff. What the fuck do you mean this? I just cut off my own script. What do you mean this year? It took you 6 additional years of seeing UFOs to finally collect evidence? Sorry. Robochun begins pumping the thread with random images they took during their UFO talking stages. But eventually, he stops. and another Anon coughs up a theory. OP is either kill, embarrassed, or on 72-hour hold. Yeah, it didn't sound good when they said they were sending an ambulance. 911, what's your emergency? I woke up and see red light coming from a room down the hall. Are you home alone? Yes. What makes you believe this is an emergency? Buzzing sounds too, very spooky, could be a demon. Okay, sir, please stay calm. We are sending an ambulance and a unit to your residence. Operator hangs up, dials out. County Hospital, this is dispatch. We anticipate we will be making a drop-off for evaluation shortly. Your last update was about you going to your car. The Anons wait for you to reply, but you never do. You simply got occupied. Hey, it happens. And with that, the thread ends. Eventually, there will be nights where Anons talk about you. How they were in a thread with someone who, quote-unquote, saw red lights. But there's never much motion behind these conversations. People call you a liar or delusional, and everyone moves on with their lives. But people remember you. I remember you. Only a few weeks after the red lights incident, another OP creates a thread with an image of the night sky attached. Just outside my work, there's a cigar-shaped cloud hovering lower than normal clouds, and not moving at all despite it being a windy night. I've been seeing strange clouds a lot recently, and I believe they're UFOs. More pictures if requested. I'll be walking home tonight. A user immediately points out that the cloud reminds him of phallic objects. The OP updates. For perspective on how close it is, this is only 50 meters from the original picture, and the object is still in the same place. I'm literally walking around the object. It's that low. Unlike before, this OP instantly believes he's under the watch of UFOs, thus heightening his anxiety. People in the thread latch onto his UFO theory, and they push it further. It's not just a UFO. It's a very specific carrier called a cloud ship. That's what I'm thinking. Hold on. It's rotating. I'm gonna get a new photo in a second. I'm actually spooked, because I'm walking home alone on a not very busy street. The more it rotates, the darker it gets. It's almost not showing up on camera at all. It wasn't moving at all until I started taking pictures. And prior to this, I was looking at it for a while with a coworker. My 3G just went to 2G. Not sure why I pay for 4G if it's gonna crap out on me like this. I'll upload more when I get home. Wi-Fi will be faster. I'm walking home. It's really hard to see now, but I have interesting pictures when I get home. A red dot came out of it, and it was blinking. I got a few good images of that. Again, my data isn't letting me post them. I'm about 20 minutes out from my house. We'll update as soon as I walk in the door. Anons mention how the OP should think positively and send loving thoughts to the ship. Another Anon has their own opinion about that. Agree to disagree, I guess. But the OP goes with the idea of treating the ship as a receptor of mental thoughts. The red light just blinked out, and as soon as it did, I realized the cloud is gone. Still directing positive vibes towards it, though, I think. I've never done something like that before, so I'm just kind of doing my best. I'll keep trying to post images of the red light. Someone asks if OP heard any noises, to which he replies, not at all. Also, general update. I'm walking in the opposite direction from it because that's the way to my house, and I can't shake the feeling that someone's behind me. It's really unnerving, even though I know nobody's there. I'm not just saying that to sound extra spooky. I'm just getting a weird feeling in my chest and stomach. He posts a new photo as he replies to this. Did the cloud, rematerialize above you? Is it in the same location as before? Or has it moved to be close to you? Closer. It's longer this time. Gonna keep trying to post this until it goes through. OP fears his phone's dying, but not before posting another photo with proof. My camera keeps getting these lines all over the image when taking pictures of it, but nowhere else. Not even when looking at other sources of light. I don't feel good about this thing. At all. You sure it's not contrails or a blinking dot from a plane? Definitely not. It wasn't blinking, more like pulsing. And it wasn't moving either. And no noise. Walking home still, about 5 to 7 minutes out. Sorry for the delay. I stopped for a good few minutes to take pictures. Getting streaks in my vision when looking around. Trails on moving objects. I'm now on a light jog to get home. I'm really scared. I know if I can get home, I'll be good. I'll be here. I just got home. I feel high or buzzed, and my nose was bleeding. Wi-Fi is still shoddy. My PC has Ethernet, so I'm gonna post from there. Update. My nose is smeared bloody. More pics to come. On my PC now. Got some water. He posts a follow-up picture from his home. The shape still lingering, almost seeming like it's following him. This one has the red light. General update, I'm feeling better now. A little woozy in my stomach, but all in all, much better. Safer. I don't feel comfortable, nor do I want to go outside or near my windows. He tries to post a video on 4chan, but isn't able to. Why doesn't he go to YouTube, you might ask? Because YouTube's logo is red. It's all connected. My dogs are going absolutely crazy. I'm starting to feel fear again, and I don't know why. I'm never a panicked person. I always keep my cool. I never feel like this. Ever. Encoding a WebM right now. My dogs were still going crazy, so I brought them in. The object is gone, but I still feel crazy anxious. Headache is coming on. I won't blame you if you call me out for this being a LARP. Just to state my side though, I frequently lurk X, but I rarely post. When I do, it's just asking questions about stuff, but this time I wanted to engage in some kind of dialogue. I didn't think all of this was gonna happen. WebM almost done encoding. Minutes later, OP posts a video. This was the video I took just before I posted this thread. Had to lower the bitrate because it wouldn't get the file size small enough. OP here. I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm gonna jump in the shower to try and wind down. Another pic to hold you all over. This was after it was rotating, and it was getting harder and harder to see. It's the top left. Weirdly enough, according to the archives, not a single comment or reply was made for over 20 minutes. No one posting theories or discussing OP's pictures. Nothing. But no one was prepared for when OP would return with an update. There is something in my house. I got out of the shower and heard my dog crying in the other room. I got out and there's a red light coming from my living room. I called 911 and I'm locked in my room. Apparently he left his dog out there with the red light.
Piece of fucking shit. I hope you know I'm dying for you.
Anyway, he posts another angle of the red light, seemingly closer than before. Anons show concern, right before OP updates once more. It's making noise. I can hear it from down my hall. My dog isn't making any noise anymore. Users ask what the noise sounds like, and OP describes it as, it's a scratching noise, like a hairbrush against the floor. I'm going back out there with my gun. I'm going to put my camera just around the corner to try and see what it is. I want to know my dog's okay. I see its shadow. It's moving. It doesn't know I'm here. No police sirens yet. And OP never responds again. The thread attempts to piece together the location of where OP worked, but that really doesn't do anything in relation to being stalked by aliens. So with OP vanishing, the thread simply trails off and eventually dies. Like before, once the OP posts a picture of the red lights, it seems it's already too late. As spring and summer pass, no discussions of red lights really carry off. But come October, someone comes to X and sparks off a brand new tale of strange lights in the sky. Alright, X. I've got a weird story to tell you guys. I don't come to this board often at all, but this seems like the right place. Be me. Serving in a prison for street racing. Yeah, I know it's fucking stupid. I did it once after getting pressured by my friend. Got caught immediately. 2 months in, get a new cellmate. Nice enough guy, but scared of everything. Mumbles to himself. Get to know him. Turns out he's a paranoid schizophrenic. Wakes up screaming some nights. Tells me about his delusions. He knows he's fucked up. Except them, man. I know they're not delusions. I'm not fucking crazy. I see those eyes every time I close my eyes. I'm never gonna unsee that red light. Starts rambling about how, quote-unquote, they come for him at night, and he got himself in prison to stay safe. Won't tell me what he did to get locked up. Dodges the question every time. Anon's reply to Michael, kindly and patiently reaffirming their interest. Michael continues. Fast forward a month. We become friends, and he opens up a little. Tells me how he used to never sleep because that's when shit would go down. When he would start to doze off, his body would start to feel really heavy, and he would get a vibrating sensation in his limbs, like a heavier, slower version of the way you feel when your leg falls asleep. A humming noise will start out quiet and get louder and louder, and a bright white light fills the room, and then it slowly turns blood red as the hum reaches its peak pitch, like a skull-splitting tinnitus. Says he usually blacks out after that, but not always. Sometimes I see them. They don't want me to remember. Ask him what he means. Starts describing fucking grays in great detail. I didn't believe in aliens at the time, so I thought he was totally nuts. Short, with limbs longer in proportion to their bodies than humans, about 4.5 to 5.3 feet tall. Gray, almost see-through skin. He said it looked more like a membrane than it did human skin. Massive black eyes that reflected everything like a mirror. They smelled almost like a burning phone charger. I asked him about the smell, but he just shrugged and said it was hard to describe. That it didn't really smell like burning plastic and wire, but it was the only way he could word it since he'd never smelled anything quite like it before. Says he's getting uncomfortable, that talking about them for too long makes him anxious, so he goes to sleep. Next day we had art therapy, and he gets all twitchy and starts drawing creepy shit. We start art therapy. Basically, we do it to let out our feelings because it's supposed to help people be less violent or something. I don't really know. I just start doodling. I'm usually a pretty chill guy, and I didn't really have anything on my mind. Danny, my cellmate, seems to enjoy these sessions for the most part, even though he's not very good. This time, it's different. Super anxious. Says he was up nearly all night, even though I was up late, and I didn't hear him make a sound. Keeps scratching his neck obsessively, constantly chewing on his forefinger. Looks on the verge of that. Looks on the verge of some sort of panic attack. Therapist tells him to try and draw what's upsetting him. Stares at the paper and charcoal for like half the fucking session. Then starts feverishly drawing. Fills the entire page with shades of red. Can barely make anything else out. Looks vaguely like a bedroom. Can see a blurry doorway, what looks like a bed, maybe a dresser. It's all messy. You can see 3 figures near the bed, blurry except for the eyes. Huge, pitch-black, almond-shaped eyes. They're surrounding the bed, with a staticky stick figure, could be Danny, in it, screaming. Therapist asks him to tell him what it is, and he just mumbles about a nightmare. Ask Danny about the art later. Tells me it's usually what happens when he sees the grays, but his therapist tells him it's a nightmare or sleep paralysis. Nightmares don't leave marks. He turns around and shows me the base of his neck. There's a faded scar. Small. Perfect circle with a triangle of 3 dots in the middle. What the fuck? He says he's woken up after nightmares with bruises in strange places on his body. Other triangles made from dots. Therapist claimed it was just him self-harming in his sleep. Or sleepwalking. Bullshit.jpg. It's time for lockup. Don't feel like sleeping, so I get in bed to read. On the first page of a new book, when suddenly Danny sits up, freaking the fuck out and yelling. Dude, what? I ask him what the fuck happened. He said they came for him and took him away. Now I know he's fucking nuts. Tells me to look at the time. There's a clock you can see from outside our cell. It's fucking 4 hours since lockup time. I was reading this same page that I started on 4 hours ago. There was no way I fell asleep or anything. And that was one of the creepiest things that ever happened to me. Danny said losing time is common, but that he didn't see me, quote-unquote, on board. Why the fuck would I lose time too? Get really freaked out. Don't want to believe him. Get checked out by prison doc and psych just in case I'm losing my shit, but they say I'm fine. Get cleared, so I just pass it off as dozing off while reading and maybe just not realizing it. Couple weeks go by as normal. Going to the yard, art therapy once a week, go to the library, etc. Prison starts letting inmates have chalk in their cells so they can draw or write or whatever, and it can't be used as a weapon. Danny starts drawing the faces of the Greys again, and drawing odd line symbols that are like dots with lines, kind of like constellations. Before he can continue his story, he reads what other Anons are saying, and comes across a specific comment. Is this related to the red light incident that an Anon had? What's the red light incident? I never really come to this board, so I've never heard of it. I usually just stick to O. And, well, your story comes up. Someone had screenshot that thread, leaving only the OP's replies and no one else's. Michael stops to read. Holy shit, that's terrifying. It's actually really similar, but the buzz was more of a hum when it happened to us. It did get multi-toned though. I'll get to that soon. I'm about to get off work and I'll have time to type all that out. I can draw some of the symbols Danny drew if anyone is interested. I think I still remember some of them. They won't be 100% accurate, but close enough. Here's the symbols as best as I can remember. They were an art he sent, so they should be fairly similar. I'll see if I can find some of his art if you guys are interested. The symbols in the lower right are the UFOs that he saw. He said they were long and oval, and sometimes looked foggy. And here, we're given one of Danny's illustrations. And it's something alright. I decided to try and decipher what was drawn, but I can only promise you that these are my professional estimations, from top to bottom. This is some sort of date. This is a bowling ball. Mustard stains. People in the thread begin guessing what some of these drawings are, with someone mentioning how one of the drawings looks similar to the NASA Golden Record, a record made up of the human experience, which was sent into space in 1977. And Michael continues his story. This was near the end of my stay. I think it was within the last month or two. Been waking up with headaches, nosebleeds some days. Not exactly strange. They can be side effects of the allergy meds I take. Looking forward to getting out. Danny still has a while to go. I still don't know what it was for or how long. We stay up late one night drinking shitty prison wine. The idiot who gave it to us fucked it up and it tasted like vinegar and piss, but it got us fucked up. Drink till we're on the verge of passing out when suddenly Danny freaks out. Shit, fuck, do you hear that? Anon, please tell me you don't hear that. It's the humming noise he mentioned. Oh, fuck. The noise gets louder and louder, and a louder whine can be heard over it, and Danny is pounding on the jail cell door, screaming for help. No one comes. No prisoner tells us to shut the fuck up. No guard comes to slam their baton into the bars. What the fuck is happening? A bright, pulsating white light is filling the prison, searing my eyes. Suddenly, turns blood red, and everything goes dead quiet. So quiet you can hear the blood rushing in your ears. I try to hide under my bed. I can't move. It's like I'm made of lead. My body is buzzing like it's made of fucking bees. I start to panic, want to scream for help. Ask Dan if he's okay, but I can't even open my mouth. Get the sudden feeling of being watched. In the glow of the red light, I can see shadows on the wall. Shadows start moving around. Suddenly, I feel a sharp pain in my head and get a mental image of myself frozen in the cell, with Danny a few feet behind me. It was like someone put a camera in the cell and I was watching. Image was gone, but I could sense something was next to me. Everything goes cold, and the vibrating gets worse and more violent, almost if the cells in my body were being thrown around. I can feel myself being lifted off the ground. Close my eyes, and even though I'm not religious, I start to pray. I mean, what else am I gonna do? The red light is seared into my retinas. I'm screaming inside, but nothing comes out. Suddenly, I'm in a room. It's steel-colored with no light source, but evenly lit to the point of no shadow. The next thing I see is the eyes. They were fucking horrible. Massive eyes that took up like a quarter of the face. Almond-shaped and slanted like 45 degrees. Pitch black. I could see my own terrified reflection in them. Those massive, wet, black voids reflected every inch of terror in my face. Those things didn't look remotely human. No drawing or Photoshop or mask has come close to how awful those things were. The waxy, membrane-like skin almost pulsated. Images flashed through my head. Me and Danny, the aliens, the prison, pictures of planets, organs, stars. It gave me a massive headache. I don't know what it was trying to do. Suddenly, I'm in the prison hospital. They found me on the floor of the prison cell with a blinding headache, lying in a pool of my own vomit and blood pouring from my nose. They found Danny huddled in the corner sobbing, shit in his pants, covered in scratches and bruises. Doctors and guards questioned me. They thought we were fighting even though no one saw or heard anything. Anything at all. No one heard our screaming. No one saw the lights or the humming sound. How the fuck? Told them that we got drunk but didn't fight or anything. I had no idea what happened to Danny. They released me in time for dinner. Head still pounding and my whole body aches, especially in my neck. IV helped, but I wanted to get actual food in my body. Danny wasn't in the cafeteria, and I didn't see him for another 3 days. Danny tells me they questioned him, asking why I attacked him. He says the wounds were self-inflicted, that he had a nightmare and he clawed and hit himself in his sleep. They kept him under observation to make sure he didn't try and hang himself or something, and neither of us want to talk about what happened that night. All he asked was, "You saw them too, didn't you?" I nodded. "You know they're not going to let you go now, right? Once they set their eyes on you, you're in their sight for life." I think I might look for the pictures he sent me. I know I have them around here somewhere, and I think I have some letters from him too. Obviously creeped the fuck out. Neither of us sleep well for the next few weeks. Nothing major happens until a few nights before I'm out. Mostly headaches and nosebleeds. Go to sleep. Wake up in the middle of the night to the humming noise and the bright red light. Please God, no, I can't take this again. The humming died down and the light fades away. I breathe a sigh of relief. I realized it was probably just sleep paralysis. It used to happen to me as a kid, but I would just see an old hag, fall back asleep, wake up to the sound of guards yelling at me and slamming open the door. They tell me to get up and spread up against the wall, hands up. What the fuck is going on? Start barraging me with questions. Where did Danny go? How did he get out? Did you help him? What.jpg. Keep telling them I didn't do anything and I know nothing. They bring me to a room to interrogate me more. After a few hours of the same shit, they let me go. Talked to some other inmates who were in my cell block. They didn't see anything either. A guard who was friendly told me the cameras caught nothing either. It's like Danny just up and vanished. Danny was gone for 3 days. Cops put out an APB for him, thinking he escaped. On the last day, some convicts found him in the rec yard. His foot somehow pinched in between weights that were already on a bar. He had to go to the prison hospital for dehydration and some broken ribs, as I found out later. They never found him on footage on any camera, so there was an investigation to see if there was a cop trying to get inmates out. I don't know if anything ever came of that, though, but I know for a fact it wasn't the cops. There's no way he would vanish without a trace, and then reappear, clipped through fucking metal. I never got to see Danny again. I left the day after he came back. He wrote me a few weeks after I left, telling me the night he vanished, he saw the red lights again, and he hoped it would be the last either of us did. But we both kept seeing them. I don't have it happen often, but Danny probably does. I'm looking for his letters now. Moments prior, Anons asked multiple questions, like, has Michael seen them since? Does he have any marks on his body? What about Danny and his letters? Michael responds, sorta. A lot of drawings and pop culture shit capture the general gist of them. Eyes, stature, head shape, etc. But seeing one in real life is more horrifying than you can imagine. Something about their presence is just wrong. Like they don't belong. Like they shouldn't exist. Kinda like in a Lovecraft way, minus the going mad when you see them. Even if you don't see one, if one is around you, you will know. You won't just have a feeling of being watched. It's like your body reacts to being just near this thing that shouldn't exist. I don't have any bruises or injection sites like Danny does. I've had bruises in the past, but nothing recently. I still talk to Danny on occasion, and I'll get to that. And yes, I've had experiences since getting out. I'll look for the letters and art for you. As Anons begin digesting the weight of this thread, Michael finally gets his hands on one of Danny's letters. Hey, I hope you're doing well. I'm sure not. They're talking about sending me to the psych ward now. They think I'm crazy. If I were them, I would think so too, but you've seen what I've seen. You know how real this shit is. You are just as scared as I am. Remember that night we saw the red light? It happened again. I started praying to God a few weeks ago. Asked him to protect me from this evil. But instead of angels coming to deliver me, they did. I remember every single thing they did to me. They heard me. They put me on a table. They cut me open and stuck me full of glass and copper and glowing tubes. Scanning and probing my organs, I saw it all. Every little bit. I thought I was going to die, but they made sure I didn't. I passed out. I woke up with no scars or wounds. I ache all over. I don't know how much more I can take. I want to die. At least in a psych ward it'll be hard, but as afraid of them as I am, I'm scared there's something worse on the other side. Take care. Danny. P.S. Here's one of my drawings from therapy. Keeping them scares me, but it feels wrong to throw them away. By the time everyone finished reading Danny's letter, Michael had uploaded 3 photos of Danny's illustrations. The crying stick figure is supposed to be Danny, I believe. He almost always drew them smeared out like the 2 of them are, but never the eyes. They were always pitch black and clear. The thread at this point has erupted. Users are scanning through every word for hints and finding old cases of alien illustrations. But one user digs further. OP, are there any signs of them coming to you? Only the buzzing, the whispers, the hissing, and the red light? What have they done to you? Can you move? Fight? I'm curious as if one of those fuckers came to get me, if I could at least punch one of them in the face. Anon wants to give him the old 1-2, but Michael responds. The only signs are the buzzing lights and paralysis. Sometimes I hear almost a musical sound in my head. It's not really a tune, or singing, or someone humming. It's almost like it's the idea of music. It's strange. Not sure if it's in my head or something I actually hear. I honestly don't know what they've done to me. I don't have clear memories of what happens after the lights. I don't think they strapped me to a bed. They seem to paralyze me. I can't move anything besides my eyes. It's horrifying. I don't know if it's out of fear or something they do to you. I doubt you could even move a finger against one. Despite the frailness of them, they radiate a kind of power that I've never felt before. As the thread floods higher and higher, the tension for answers increases, leaving users beginning to call Michael a fraud, even comparing the page notes and if they're real or not. Michael tries to defend himself briefly, but ultimately moves on. OP here. I'm not dead. I'm going to write a letter to Danny in hopes he hasn't sent one yet. Are there any specific questions you guys want me to ask him? I know I won't be able to answer everything, but he can. He's dealt with this far longer than I have. Except, Michael never returns. A new thread is never made, and the story of Danny and Michael fade away. For years, this saga of events unsettled me. March 19th, 2018, 7:11 a.m. A no-named user begins a thread titled Red Hall. Did I believe in it fully? Absolutely not. But I cannot deny that it stuck with me. Sure, there's many events that happen in these stories that make you raise an eyebrow or roll your eyes, like deciding to open 4chan after finding out someone is inside of your apartment, or using the same piece of paper for different kinds of notes and drawings that are supposed to be from over many months. Yet the debate of human error isn't what kept the story in my mind. The reason this story stays consistently floating in my mind is because there was another thread where an OP discusses something following him. The previous 3 threads all occurred in 2018, but this 4th one, it didn't happen until 2023. 5 years later. Problem is that, for the longest time, I couldn't really just show you the thread, because I didn't have it anymore. I had a folder titled Red Thread Part 3 on my previous computer, and when I moved my files over to the new PC, the folder vanished from my computer. I chalked it up to being dumb and accidentally deleting it. I've done it before. But me being me, I scavenged through dozens of 4chan red light videos on YouTube to see if anyone else had discussed it. It's a bad mindset to get into, competing with other content creators around one topic. Unfortunately, though, not a single video discussed it, which made it more difficult because it meant I could only watch red light videos that were uploaded after 2023. If a video was before 2023, then obviously it won't have this story since the story took place in 2023. Okay, I just wanted to beat that down. It got to the point where I thought I had gone crazy. Maybe I really did just make this up, you know? Like, was there anything actually inside that folder? But then something eerie happened. See, I have a Discord server for Patreon pledges. Makes it easier for me to communicate updates with everyone. One night, I was talking to people on the server, and I asked if I should cover the Red Light Saga again. And as we were all talking about it, someone posted a small screenshot of a 4chan comment. Normally, I would have looked at it and moved on with my night, but it scratched an itch somewhere in my memories. I remembered this comment. It was like a white searing memory just woke up. And therefore, Team Money Wizard Gang got to snooping. The screenshot contains only a few things. The mention of the red lights, an implication of there being another story I didn't know of, and, most importantly, the time, date, and post number. With the last bit of info, I can now officially track down the story thread. I used roughly 3 different archives when I'm searching through threads to grab proper screenshots. Most of the time, you can type in the post number from a story, and it will take you to the thread. Except when I put in the post number from this screenshot, I got nothing. Now, this isn't the first time this has happened. It does not automatically mean it didn't happen or it's fake. It's because 4chan's archives don't necessarily archive everything. There have been previous videos I've uploaded that have been made complicated because of this very error page. But also, I figured I'd DM the person who posted it, see what they know. The conversation didn't really go anywhere, which is fine, but that itch was back. Was there actually a thread of another red lights encounter? I lurked several different boards, like X, K, Out, all to highlight any discussions of UFOs and aliens. Despite the staggering amount of threads about UFOs, no one mentioned anything new about the red lights. The red light events did come up, but nothing branched off of it. It was tragic to me, honestly. It's like the story slipped out of my fingers. Until I received an email not too long after I announced I quit making weekly content. The email simply said, "Please read this," with an Imager link. I figured it would, at best, be a Skinwalker story or something like that. I was not ever expecting to find this. The following image is a compilation of screenshots entirely of the OP's posts, no one else's. And their first post was made December 29th, 2023, meaning the date from the previous screenshot and the date in this story align. Hey X, help. Get invited to some reward ceremony work thing celebration. Job's alright, pays bills, and everyone's cool, so I figure fuck it, I'll go. By the time I show up, everyone's drunk and partying. I'm in a button-up and tie. Casually get drunker as the night goes on. Night ends, and I leave. Head into parking garage. Top floor. Fuck my life. Finally get the car, sit inside and begin sobering up. Listen to music as I look out into the sky. God, it's beautiful. What the fuck was that? I can only describe it as a distant flash in the sky. Eyes suddenly dry. Blame it on car heater and dial it back. Not gonna lie, I thought this was it. Like we got nuked or some shit. Eyes are super dry. They hurt if I don't rub them. No teardrops or anything because fuck me, I guess. Dryness manages to wear off and I look back up. The buildings in the horizon look different. I know it sounds fucking stupid, but they did. I don't go into the city often, so I can't say confidently that I know what the city looks like. But I was staring at these buildings before my eyes got dry. And after I rubbed them, the buildings became, I don't know, shorter and wider. Feels like I was turned around and now facing a complete opposite side of the city. No sign of flash in the sky anymore. What the fuck? How drunk am I? Begin to get really worried I was drugged. Lock doors ASAP. Begin overanalyzing every drink I had and every person I met. No red flags from anyone particular, but I guess that's how that happens. By this point, alcohol and brain have me convinced I'm drugged, but that I got out safely. Convince myself to just sleep in my car for like an hour or two and see how I feel upon wake up. Fall asleep for what feels like 4 hours, but IRL was only a couple minutes. Stir awake, remembering I'm still in my car. As soon as I'm awake, my brain floods itself with panic. I need to leave. Something's wrong. What the fuck, brain? Shut the fuck up, chill. I should take myself to the hospital because I might be going full-blown panic mode. Nah. Put on seatbelt and look through windshield. Still dark out, obviously. There's other cars around the parking lot as well, so I'm not entirely alone. See another car or SUV with their headlights on. Figure they're about to pull out, so I wait. Pull out phone and doom scroll. 5 minutes later, look up, and the vehicle hasn't left. Okay, fine, I'll go. Leave parking garage. See headlights trailing behind me. Unfortunately, have to head into downtown in order to catch my exit. Put on some podcast and reconsider going to hospital. But at this point, I think I just need sleep. A short hospital trip will be a lot of money that my insurance might cover, but I don't feel like taking that gamble. Drive past a coffee shop. Suddenly see distant headlights in reflection of shop windows. What the fuck? Look in rear view. Nothing. What the fuck? Eyes begin to feel dry again. Slam hand against heater and shut it off. Rub eyes with one hand on wheel. Get to stoplight, pinching bridge between eyes. Legit pissed off at this point. I just need to get the fuck home and go the fuck to sleep. No one is around me. It's 2 a.m. or so. Floor it through stoplight. Immediate police sirens. Are you kidding me? Pull over across the street and wait for the whole spiel. Cop does his routine, hand him my license, and he walks off. Go back to rubbing dry eyes. Time passes, and cop doesn't come back. By this point, it's hard for me to control how frustrated I am. I mean, it's been a good 5 minutes since he grabbed my license and still hasn't come back. Roll down window and stick head out, blinded by red and blue lights. I see the silhouette of a sedan, but I don't see a silhouette of anyone near me at all. No one is in the sedan. Where the fuck did the cop go? It's just me and 2 vehicles. Slowly step out. For the most part, it's silent. Can hear distant police radio chatter from his vehicle. Slam. Someone falls onto the back of the sedan near the trunk. For a moment, I thought someone jumped from a window and ended up landing on the cop car. I jump and yell, run over to help. Get there, and in the flashing lights, I see it's the cop who pulled me over. What? How? The way he slammed into his car. It was as if he was lifted up and then dropped from an unseen height. He seems alive, absolutely incoherent. Babbling, really. I wonder if he hit his head. Suddenly, something clicks in my brain. Holy fuck, my rear dash cam has been recording all of this. I literally now have a video of a police officer pulling me over, disappearing, and then falling onto his car. From nowhere. Call 911. What the fuck do I tell them, though? Wait for other cops and ambulance to arrive. I was expecting them to think I attacked them, but they arrive and can tell the situation is a lot weirder than anticipated. I mumble out that I have evidence and that they can check his body cam as well to see I'm innocent. Give them my info. Head home. Get out of city and finally reach my exit. It's like 15 minutes until home, so I just crank whatever shit was playing and I cruise. The entire time, my eyes hadn't really stopped being irritated. Get home. Adrenaline is coursing through veins. Decide to grab camera and plug it into laptop to grab footage. Decide to watch it and see what my dash cam was able to pick up. Cam starts recording as soon as I turn car on. The car with headlights from the parking garage was following me for a very long time. Even once I leave the city, I could see them trailing me. The confusion was so overwhelming. Fast forward to when cop pulled me over. Watch cop get out, talk to me, and walk back. As he approaches his car, he just disappears. He doesn't run off, or climb, or duck down, or anything. He's there, and he's gone. If I didn't experience it firsthand, I would chalk it up to bad camera quality. Eventually see me beginning to step into frame. And sure enough, I watch as the police lights fade for a moment, and his whole sedan shakes violently. And this is it. I have video of a police officer disappearing on camera and then somehow falling from the fucking sky onto his own vehicle. Make sure clip is secure, and even duplicated onto a USB that I had lying around. Once secured, I slam laptop shut, and I go lay down. Struggle to fall asleep, and have disturbing dreams like I've done something bad. No specific details of the dreams though. Wake up, getting ready for work. I know I should stay home, but I have fucking bills to pay, because college and rent. Before I'm ready to leave, I open laptop. Video is still there. Head into work. Not sure if I talk about this or not. Hey, guess who saw a cop get kidnapped by aliens last night? I've secured some nice relationships with people here, and if I reveal this, then I would officially be crowned as the office freak. Go on lunch, and see I have a text from landlord. Something gas leak, something evacuate. Oh fuck. Text back saying I'm at work and if I should find a motel for the night. Landlord texts back. Technician told us it would only take an hour or two tops. Shrug. Wait till shift ends. Heading home, but now I can't help but keep my eyes glued to my mirrors. I don't notice anything, but it's not like it matters. Anytime I did see a car behind me, my adrenaline spiked. I didn't realize I was so on edge until then. Get home and find text from landlord saying everything is safe and we can all re-enter. Step inside. Immediately, the first thing I notice is that the laptop is gone. I want you to actually think about what you would do here if you were in my shoes. Because I know a lot of these stories try and do a whole, I'm super badass and I outsmarted federal agents. But this is fucking reality. I get this sudden feeling of, if they wanted to kill me, they would have already. I don't even know who the fuck they are, but I know there is definitely someone out there now watching me. A's, CIA, FBI, I don't fucking know. They took my laptop. Not just the video. The entire laptop. Can't help but think they knew I would notice its disappearance. So, are they sending me a sign to shut up? Normally in greentext, this is the part where the person would say, "Fuck you, I'm leaking everything." But no, I decide to take the bait, and I keep my mouth shut. I accept my role in this game and be eternally thankful I wasn't abducted or murked. Find better, safer area closer to my job, and move out shortly after. And after that, I was left alone. Or if not, they're very good at hiding themselves. It all feels deeply planned. And I thought this was the end here. Truly. I was tasked with swallowing an extremely difficult pill of having to keep silent for the rest of my life. And I did. Until now. Because explain the fuck out of this, X. Back in 23, my laptop disappeared, right? I've had it for many, many years up until that point. A shitty Dell with a half-baked battery that requires it to be plugged in order to work. No one would want this. I used it really just for shit posting and Netflix. Suddenly, I put a dashcam video on it, and within 24 hours, the entire laptop vanishes. So tell me, why the fuck did I just see my dashcam video posted as a clip on X? Beneath the story image is a screenshot of what can only be the dashcam footage. Unfortunately, since I can't access this archive, I can't find any additional conversations that were happening during this thread. In the image I was sent, it had a link typed out at the very bottom. This is a very common tradition for green texts, and it's used as a bookmark for others. Like, if you want to read more, type this in. But the link was a Google Drive folder. The video was a lot longer than I'd expected. WebMs on 4chan can only be up to 4 megabytes, which oftentimes can be upwards of 2 minutes in length. Yet, this video was nearly 4 minutes long. My guess is that it being dashcam footage means it's in a very low resolution, or at least in a codec with a small file size. Before I show this, I will be putting up a disclaimer. This is going to get disturbing. It disturbed me.
At times like this, I guess all you can do is laugh.